Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in this crazy world. My name is Casper, and today we're just going to look at what is happening down under with the uranium market in Australia. Looking fantastic. I will do that one every week. So this is the weekly update for the Aussie miners, and they have been doing very well since we looked at it last time, which was also what we were saying back then. So yeah, let's have a look-see. This is 92E Energy Limited. Again, a bit of a lag compared to the others. However, when we take this one out and the middle splitter right there, the blue dotted one, my take is that we are going to grind our way up to the upper end of this bull flag, and yeah, then it will join really. I want to show you something here. If you go to the regular scale, you have a bit more of a clean cut. You can see it right there. Just noted this just before I went on. So that's the internal squeeze. So what people often do when they have this bigger bullish setup, this bigger bull flag, is that they look for an internal structure that gives them an earlier sign. So if we break here, let's call it around 0.39, give or take, then they can go long, and obviously they can place their stops, let's say below here, for instance. But they have all the upside. Again, different way to do it. So that is just one way to look at things. But anyway, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm looking at the log scale always because I found that these technical signals are way better with the higher probabilities of being right. So my take is that we need to get above this one here at around 0.39, 389, give or take. Then we are off to the races for that one. Elevate, just doing absolutely bonkers. Look at this. This was the main squeeze that we looked at, and ever since we cleared that one, I just want to add the volume. 1 second, my bad. Volume added. You can see we had the massive breakout here after we broke that wedge here. The volume is still, not big breakout volume, but it's still some weeks above the average 20 weeks. So I would prefer it a bit more. However, you cannot argue this is looking fantastic. We are above this pivot high over here. And now, in my view, we are working on that one at roughly 0.83. Then we will probably see what happens. But still, this will be, in my view, the path of least resistance is the triangle high right there for Elevate. Looking fantastic. Looking absolutely stunning. What's also even more stunning, look at this one, guys. Look at this. Remember the long-term golden trend line here? There it is. There it is. Flagging below. And now what's happening? We are breaking out. Again, this is a very strong move. So I think if we go to the daily, you can see that we are heavily overbought right now. Again, long term, it doesn't really matter, but should you be buying now? In my view, it depends on your time frame, really. Long term, yes, you can buy, but again, very overbought here, and maybe we can go down to the just above 0.8, give or take, for better entry. But again, this breakout on the monthly, just look at it. There's nothing to argue about that one. Paladin Energy, that's beautiful. Absolutely stunning, especially since we were flagging below this 15-year long trend line, 20-year long trend line, we flagged below. And the measured move you can easily, depending on how you want to do for yourself, right? But that's a big move if this flagpole here has, or we hit that measured move for that flagpole here. We are in for a big upside, big upside for Paladin Energy. Bannerman, Bannerman. Looking again, let's go to the weekly. Again, look at how clear it is on the log scale. You can see here, this is the nominal scale. You have maybe if you were to do it, you had like this, right down here. So you would have the breakout flagging above that breakout, then boom. So there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, this one looks much more clean because you have the triangle high up here. Then you can connect all the extremes. And again, flagging below that long-term, well, not long-term, but long-ish term golden trend line. Beautiful. Ever since, boom, breakout. And yeah, we're into this. Let me show you why this one is really important. This one right here, going back to 2006, so this is 20 years, give or take. This was when, the big bull market, and then we kept pounding onto that, so, onto that level. And then finally we broke down, retested, and then went to a massive, massive bear market. So you can see why this level at 2.3 is so very, very important, because that was this breakdown level over here, going back 10, 15 years more or less. And now look where we are. We are at that level again. I give it to you that we are at a tad above here, but still, let's see. Anyways, getting above this one here, and maybe start to flag here, or just stay above for 5 to 10 trading days. That would be beautiful, confirming again that the bull market is in full swing for Bannerman, really. Looking way back, as you know, this was your entry. Late 2020. That's also when I bought most of my uranium stocks. I don't own Bannerman, but this was your entry. Looks quite similar to the other uranium miners. So what do we have here? We have a deep, deep yellow. Bit of history here again, back to the bull market 07. There it is, connections. There it is. You can see it. You can see it. And where are we now, guys? Where are we? Again, you can see we're hitting it, and we are retracing exactly again at that long-term golden trend line. In my view, this will be the one where we go through. Again, we have to wait and to see if we are right. But again, given the structure, we have some inverted head and shoulders, necklines, and so on. And we are above that major one here as well. You can see here at around 0.9. We have a lot of horizontal support resistance in this structure right here. So we are above, great momentum. Again, wait for a break above 1. Again, 1. When you go from 0 point something to 1 point, right, you go up a decimal, then that's obviously always very, very bullish. You can also see the 1 number comes into play many times here, going back. So yeah, getting above 1, stay there for 5 trading days, above that golden trend line, then confirmation is that the uranium bull market is in full swing. What do we have here? We have OKR Resources, and yeah, falling wedge here. Looks like it could be a false breakdown here. Again, it needs to be confirmed. Obviously, we need to get back above that one right there. But I don't know exactly what happened on the daily. It was just a massive, I think, earnings maybe. I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. Again, I'm not a buyer here by any means. I'm just waiting to confirm this false breakdown. Again, we also have a gap here. We had gap support there, you can see, for a long time. And now we still have a gap down here. So if we close that gap, obviously that would be a great, great, great buy at around 0.05, give or take. But again, we're back into the bullish structure right here. And if we continue to grind higher, remember I say if, then this is a false breakdown, and then you'll see a fast shot to the upside if we clear that one. False breakdowns to the upside or downside usually leads to a massive quick spike in the other direction. So keep that one in mind. Again, SLX Systems Limited. Again, it broke down from this one here. Again, we talked about that. It doesn't really matter. Well, of course it matters, but this has been one of the strongest uranium companies. It's not a miner per se, but one of the greater companies, given that most of them has been going down like 40, 50% for the past 2 years. But SLX has just been kept grinding up. So you have a strong uranium company that performed very well in the previous massive corrections of 50%. It performed very well. Therefore, it should perform even better when the bull market resumes, which it is doing right now. So beautifully, we have a blue wedge here that I'm looking at. Again, let's see what happens, but SLX looks fantastic. Great performance in a bear market, or in a massive correction bear market, whatever you want to call it. What do we have here? We have Alligator Energy H. Let's do it like that. Again, clean cut here. Again, boop, there we go. This is what you want to have to see, a massive breakout, one direction, no stopping. And yeah, basically now you just wait for a pullback to buy, really. You have made the higher high and higher lows. So we're in a bull market, no doubt about it. If I slap on the 30 weekly moving average, you can see it's turning right now. There it is. In my view, any pullback should be bought depending on your strategy. Looks fantastic. Would I be a buyer right here on the daily? Probably not. insanely overbought, excuse me. So I'm just waiting for some sort of flag, some sort of pullback that could get you an entry. Again, long term, I don't really think it matters, but I'm very picky with my entries, and with the because I've tried too many times to buy a stock, have it go down 20% and then go up, with a big move. But those 20% initially just makes you doubt everything that you do. So personally, I always want to buy on technical support, or in a flag, on a minor time frame compared to the weekly. Anyways, that's up to you. Peninsula, excuse me, Energy again is really the worst looking chart that you have. This right there, this time zone right here, the uranium bull market has begun its move up again on all the other miners more or less, and you have Peninsula here just can't seem to get a grip. Again, I know it's something with the UAC company and a deal that didn't go through, whatever, but still, it's looking quite grim, from what I could hear from people explaining me that they might have to delay their production by 1 year. So, but anyways, could be double bottom again. I don't think so. This candle right here last week is absolutely crushing every bullish sentiment right now, I guess. If I want to have it to be somewhat bullish, we need to get back into that one here above this golden trend line. Why? Because it goes all the way back here. You could see that one all the way down. So that's the first step in order to make this stock great again, is to get somewhere above the 0.11. But again, it's a tricky one. It looks, last week's candle, that's very, very bad. What is not very bad? Why haven't I deleted all these fantastic drawings from last time? These fantastic drawings. But anyways, we'll keep this one on. Excuse me. There it is. This is stunning. Stunning technicals, right? You have this consolidation here, a pennant flag, breakout, retesting into a bull flag. Let me show you on the daily. This is beautiful. This is exactly what you want to see on a retest, in my view. What you don't want to see very often, if you get a breakout, then a quick retest. In my view, that's not always, of course, but then that's often a fake out. But if you get that massive breakout and then you some sort of, consolidate, this is a flag, right, into that support. That's beautiful, 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 beautiful. And again, you can see what happened afterwards. It's a one-way street. We are right now, I can see, I just noted, we are at the previously all-time high back from 2008. This will not be the stop. Will be, oh, Jesus, stop it. This will not be the high, the end of this stock ever. But again, this is massive, massive resistance. And there will be people shorting it. There will be people taking profit. But again, this to me, this pole right here points to a lot higher targets from here on. But I would say daily, massive oversold, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of pullback here. Again, the uranium market is very small, so it might not give a damn. But anyways, from a technical point of view, I expect, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback here. How low? I have no idea, but it shouldn't be very low, given this retest here. I don't expect it to go all the way down. If it do, that's a gift. But maybe we start to do some stuff here, and then you can see if you can buy some sort of high here if that is what you're into. But again, let's see what happens on this stock here. Lotus Energy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's curling up here from this green uptrend channel right there. You can see it. There it is, connections. And here we bounced, and that's your breakout. Just going to draw it very quickly. And to me, there's nothing wrong with this chart at all. Zooming out, it's only a 2-touch. I would have preferred if we had a touch here, right? So we have more connections on the way. So I wouldn't, of course, it is the main golden trend line, obviously. But then again, let's see what happens. I think we will get there. And then we can see if we get a clean cut there, beautiful. But this looks really nice. Nothing wrong with Lotus Energy. Again, I don't think the daily is that overbought. No, exactly. It's quite nice still. It's only 60. So yeah, it's still early for this one. AEE Energy. Again, kind of a messy chart. This is the new one that I added in. For some reason, TradingView keeps messing up with my lines here. This is the one that I am looking at. Why is it removing all the time? Sorry for this, guys. Anyways, I'll just add it quickly here. I'm looking at some sort of very skewed, it's by far not a textbook inverted head and shoulders, by far. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is. Give me the comments below. But to me, we have some connections here, and now we are trying to make that right shoulder. Very complex. And I think before this one to be somewhat bullish, it's a very messy chart in my view. You have that one coming across. If you can take out that neckline, possible neckline again, let me know in the comments below. And this horizontal here, taking out these highs in the shorter term at around 0.37. Then I say, okay, this looks quite good. But again, this is a very messy one. And maybe it looks different on the nominal scale. I'll not go into that. But yeah, let's look at the equal weighted ETF that we have made. All these companies we have equally weighted. There are pros and cons to that. I will say that, of course. But look at this. The bull market, if you have equal weighting, has not even begun yet. And we are very, very, very close of taking that one out. And when we do, yes, you should strap in really, really hard. That's going to be a big one. We have the green support that is holding still. Beautiful. All the way across. There it is. Nothing wrong with that. So if we can get a breakout above 80 on this ratio, I would say maybe a bit more, 77, 78 on a weekly basis. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Again, there are pros and cons to have an equal weighting, because if you have a small stock that's only worth like 20 million, that goes up like 50% 2 days in a row, that will obviously push this one higher. But it's only a small stock that really does all the work. So keep that one in mind. What's also great to see is that we have taken the previous equal weighted ETF that we have made and divided by the uranium spot price. And look at this. This is actually, to me, looking at charts very, very often, this is absolutely fantastic. Again, showing that this equal weighted ETF hasn't even started to outperform the spot price. Again, we are very, very early for this second leg up here, in my view. Very, very early. And yeah, I think patience and discipline here. Again, I might be biased, and you know that I'm a big uranium bull, so don't be surprised. But again, this second leg up will be one for the books, in my view. Again, are there risks? Of course, many things can happen. Well, not many things, but you can have an overall meltdown in the markets that will pull it down. You can have, a nuclear power plant with issues, whatever, that will obviously be very bad. But I think the pros and cons are very, very heavily skewed into the pro camp. So, as you can see here, still very early for the uranium miners down under in this ETF, and divided by the spot price, very, very early for this next leg up. Again, when we get that clean cut here, I think we will at some point. Strap in. That's all I had for this video. As always, give me a comment. What do you see? Do you agree, disagree? Let's have a discussion. And hit that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful subscription button. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.